What's up guys, NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of the Ultimate RTG, where today guys, we are going to be working hard to finish off Fryer and Klein Evos. They are no longer eligible for any future Evos after the ones that they're in right now, unless EA give us something new at 6 PM that they fit in, would be quite nice. But yesterday on the video, I had a viewer comment saying that this man right here, Matt Sheridan, is his brother, and they both watch the videos. So we could have ourselves a new player to Evo once I can verify that Matt Sheridan is who Matt Sheridan's brother says he is. We can add another one into the mix, and I'm really excited to start building this team through and building this team up, guys. But before we get into champs, which might be today, it might be the next video that we do champs, I really want to start polishing off and cleaning up a few areas of the road to glory, because we need to make 100,000 coins. Well, I've got 25,000, but we need to make some coins. And so the thing that I want to do outside of just working on these silver icons, the seasonal objectives, the season 2 weekly play for all of this SP, and the weekly and daily objectives, is I really just want to finish the Season 2 World Tour Cup before the World Tour League comes, and we want to use those icons. So I want to get these all done. I also want to start working on Ilkay Gundogan for our champ squad, and I think we're going to be trying to finish him off, and also going to be completing an SBC today for the first time in a fair few days, guys. I have got a player SBC that I have completed thanks to those packs yesterday and that pack luck yesterday. Angel Di Maria is done. I think of all the SBCs that are there, he was the one that I looked at and thought, oh wait, I've got Neuer in there. I don't want Neuer in there. He was the one that I looked at and thought, yeah, do you know what? He just looks very good. I think he could be very good. And so I really want to try him out. I might take off some of the players and some of the requirements from this team in this cup, so that we can A, put Di Maria in, and B, start working on Gundogan, and maybe work on some of the kind of icons together at the same time with the Evos. So we're going to have to change the squad up a little bit. But Angel Di Maria is here, guys. 5-star, 3-star. The engine chem star will go on him, and he will count as our over 86 rated player. We're allowed 2 of them, of course. He's got finesse shot, incisive, long ball, inventive, tech plus, and trickster, and lots of roles. He only doesn't have a role for wide midfielder at right mid, which is really, really nice. So with that, let's go and take a little moment to rebuild the team for maximizing our objectives. And here we have it, guys. Di Maria is in the team. I've switched back to the 4-4-2. There was a comment from yesterday that said, you don't have to have a right wing in the team. You have to have the base player as a right wing, which Di Maria is. And through that, I've actually managed to build a team here. Doesn't look like the best team, but this team is good enough to complete all of the icons. I need to score in 50 games with the Brazilian cam, which Anderson Talisca is a natural cam. We need to play games with the Bundesliga centre-back, sorry, German centre-back. We need 3 Bayern players, and then for Gundogan, we need goals and assists with German players, which we're going to get with Bayer here. We've got the Brazilian defender, and we've got the 2 Australian Evos in here as well. And so although this isn't the best team, I'm going to use this team throughout the next few games. Maybe we'll try and do like 5 to 10 games. We'll try and finish off these few Evos here. Maybe we'll start on Palova and Zinsberger as well to get those Evos done. And then we can focus on a few more after that. And then on the bench, guys, we have got Trossard, Simeone, Quinones, who we still need to score goals with. We also need a World Tour player, guys. To do things with, to score goals with, and to start with. So I am also kind of tempted to start with him up there and get some games played and some goals scored, because the objectives now, obviously that takes out another Brazilian player, but we don't need a minimum number of Brazilian players now. The objectives that we're working on at that point: play 1 and score 2, easy as you like. Win 7. That's not live events though. These ones will just happen naturally. We've got 5 days for that. The king here, guys, we've only done 6 out of 40 here with 6 Brazilians, which is really surprising, because I'm certain I have won more than 6 games in that cup mode. I'm certain I've won like 10 or 15, in fact. And so I just don't think it was tracking properly because I had 6 Brazilians in there. So maybe scoring in 65 separate games with a Brazilian cam might be a little bit easier. It might not be. At least we can work towards it at the same time. For the Hurricane, assist 60 goals using a right wing is definitely going to come quicker than winning 30 matches with 5 Brazilians. And notice how this one's on 10, whereas the one for Pele is only on 6, in spite of the fact that I constantly had 6 Brazilians. It's like one of them didn't count. For the captain, we do need to score in 35 separate matches whilst having 2 silvers, or win 30 matches with a Brazilian defender. We've got the Brazilian defender in there. And again, this one's on 13, whereas opposed to Jairzinho and Pele are on 10 and 6. For the bomber, we need to score in 50 separate matches using a German player, which I'm not focusing on. Instead, we're using 3 Bayern players to get the 25 wins. And for the Emperor, we just need to play 3 more games with the German centre-back, and that is finished. The seasonal objective, this one doesn't count for live events, so we're going to have to work on that when we do champs and rivals over this week, similar to Season 2 weekly play as well. And then for the live events, I need to play 3 more in here. I need to assist 1 goal in 5 separate matches with a Mexican player, which of course we will use for Quinones. We need to play 5 with Quinones as well. That should be nice and easy. And then I will try and finish off both of these together if that's entirely possible. And then for the campaign, we have got the Ilkay Gundogan objective completed. We've got 3 German players in the starting 11. We have got a assist 8 goals using a player from Germany, so Bayer will be the player here. We've got score 8 goals using a player from the Bundesliga. That will be Bayer again. And then we've got win 8 matches with a Borussia Dortmund player in the starting 11. We've actually got 2 at the moment because we've got the centre-back as well. But everything is covered off. But what I need the most, guys, and what we're going to be working on the most, as we have 1 more pack to go from Di Maria, is I only have 25,000 coins right now, and I need coins desperately for those Evos. That 100k Evo, even though I think it's a bit expensive, it's there, right? We've got to do it. We've got to get it completed. Mosquera will become absolutely sensational with it. And so we've got to build this coin balance up. And there's no better way to build a coin balance up than playing games and earning those match coins. So with that, let's go and take ourselves into the Season 2 Tour World Cup and start completing as many objectives as we can in as short a possible time. And guys, as we go into the Season Tour World Cup tournament, we're going to have some gameplay and of course some comments from the last video. I'm really enjoying the playing with the Evo players and this squad specifically, even though it was really difficult because for the most part, even in this tournament, people came with sweaty squads. Not always, but for the most part. Sometimes we came up against Evo squads or fun squads or whatever. For the most part, everyone came in with sweaty squads, but it reminded me a little bit of how I play in the crappers. I wasn't focusing on whether or not I won, really. I was focusing on, am I completing an objective? Am I completing an evolution? Am I working towards something that matters? And I'm getting intense satisfaction out of it. And I know it doesn't translate very well on YouTube. I know people don't really care for that. People want to see big packs and icon packs and hero packs and stuff. But I honestly can't explain enough to you guys how much I enjoyed playing in this tournament that didn't really offer me anything other than the satisfaction of completing objectives and evos, which is pretty mad. We put Fryer into another evolution as well right there, guys. But on the note of focusing on objectives, you guys said, and I guess correctly so, that it doesn't have to be a right wing, it could be a right mid. By the way, this guy was a viewer. He played in 3-4-2-1. He was so good, man. Not him, well, him as well. The formation was so good. It was overwhelming. It's something I might try, especially with the team that we've got set up like now. But yeah, it was a very interesting thing that happened because Anderson Talisca is a cam as a default position, and there's me scoring 1 goal with him, and the objective is score goals with a Brazilian cam, and they weren't counting. And so I don't know how the right wing at right mid assists count and Talisca's cam at centre mid doesn't count unless he's a base striker and cam's his secondary position. But I looked at his primary position and it did say cam. Now, as we go on, guys, Mr. Sky Blue says, love the idea of evoing actual viewer cards, and it was brilliantly received to have Sam Klein in the team, and you know, you guys showed him a lot of love in the comments, which is awesome, and I hope we can do his legacy some justice by upgrading his card really nicely and scoring and assisting a lot with him. And to be fair, you know, we got a lot of goals and assists with him in these games. And what you'll notice as well as I'm playing these games as well, guys, something that I kept doing that I didn't want to do anymore, because again, I want this series to be fun, I really do, it win or lose. I stopped subbing out the bronze players and the silver players and Evos. I just kept them in the team, because what's the point of just putting Fryer and Klein in there, subbing them out on minute 1, and then, oh, I've completed the Evo, when the reality of the situation is that I'd actually rather play with them and kind of get a feel for how they play and how their upgrades are. And when I notice that difference of, oh god, like he actually feels really good now, I'd much prefer that. The OV27 says, I really enjoyed you play the game live. I feel you 100%, brother. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've had a few people, not like an overwhelming amount of people, but a few people say like, we're missing some live gameplay, can we have it back? We can, right? It doesn't always have to be post-com, or it could be a mix of the two. The thing that is just the big problem is, like, this game is just really unforgiving, and because of that, like, I'm crashing out over next to nothing. And although you personally might like that level of like hate watch or like watching the crash outs or whatever, I don't like that. I don't like that of me. I don't like the way that I represent myself with that, and I don't find it enjoyable to have kind of viewers want to see the crash out. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll talk about it over the next few days. Reese says, what are your thoughts on a loan option for every / most SBC players for 5 games, something like 182 rated squad? I really like the idea of loan options. They took it out for so many players before. We used to get loan options on like icons and stuff. Now we're getting those icon player picks and whatnot. But yeah, I really like the idea of a loan option, because there are a lot of those SBCs. I wouldn't necessarily say for an 82 rated squad either, like a gold squad would be fine, or a silver squad or something. But there's so many of the player SBCs out there that I would love to try, because if I could even play 5 games with one of them, you just never know at that point, like, oh wow, like I've played 5 games with that Redondo card, turns out she's absolutely insane, let me go and complete the full SBC. Or I've played 5 games with you know, the Marcus Rashford SBC card, the player pick card, one of them. It really didn't live up to my expectations. I'm not going to waste my fodder on it. I think it'll be a really good way for people to play the game, and I think it'll be really good from EA because they can start, like, again, one of the big problems that we have in this game is there is not many things that are worth it for people to dump their crud into. What we tend to do, and what I tend to do, is hold on to cards for what ifs, right? But if like a bronze and a silver squad was all you needed to get a 5 or a 10 game loan of a player, man, I'd have no bronze and silver players left, because I just keep taking those loans. And then it'll be a situation for EA where it's like, okay, now the market is getting wiped of all of these players that otherwise wouldn't have been taken off the market, thanks to these SBCs that give loan players that also eventually expire, or they could give those timed loans. They were really good last year, weren't they? And then they never did them again, where we can have a player for like 24 or 48 hours to try and play with them, maybe for as many games as we can. Although then I think people will just complete the SBC. Imagine you complete all like 10 SBCs at once for a 24-hour loan. Now you've got your FUT Champ squad. Maybe EA don't want that one. But the idea in general I really like. And then the last comment, or the penultimate comment before we go onto the game and look at what we can do afterwards, is from Hogsy. He says, hi Net, first time commenter and long time viewer. I was just wondering what your reasoning is for only using first owned players in your Arsenal Evo team. I'm a Blackburn fan and run a Blackburn past and present Evo team each year, and I always buy the cards I want to use so that I don't miss out on any Evos that are perfect for certain players. I also buy every special card that comes out, so I usually get to play with the cards instead of risking not being able to pack them. Just wanted his reasoning, because to me a player being first owned means nothing. And this got a fair few thumbs up, and like, yes, it's a very fair question. The short answer is to add a layer of difficulty, especially in that first year, and over the last few years in general. Road to Glories are just too easy now, right? I was actually looking back through all of my content over the last 4 or 5 years, because I'm sitting here now, it's the middle of November, I'm like, I feel like I'm done. I feel like I've achieved glory on the account, right? Like it's just, you know, we've got what we can. We've kind of hit that pinnacle. We've hit that apex. and there's not a lot to go furthermore. And so to get players first owner was simply to add a layer of difficulty and to have that kind of like ego lift of, oh yeah, this is a first own player as well, I didn't even buy them. Hilariously, about 5 years ago, I had a video around this time of the game cycle called Our Road to Glory's Dead. And I watched the video back, and it's again me talking about how things are just too easy. Everything like everything's either too easy or so significantly hard that it's not worth it, and there's not a lot in between. And I don't know how EA fix it, right? I don't know how EA remedy it, but it's been a problem for years, and I think it's causing the downturn in people's enjoyment on the game. Is that you can get, like, you know, with your Blackburn players and even your Blackburn promo cards, you could probably buy them real cheap. Like for Arsenal, I wouldn't be able to afford the promo cards. So I have to pack them or just like get them later on down the line. But yeah, being first owned means nothing. Ultimately, you are absolutely right. And it was literally just to add a layer of difficulty to the RTGs because they were too easy. And the last comment we've got, guys, is from Glove Clutch. He says, did you see the new feature is live, Nep, for viewing Evos from the squad screen? I saw that EA talked about it. I didn't see that it was live. So let's have a look. View available evolutions. Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, wait. Oh, are these the ones? Oh, these are the ones that he goes into. Isn't that amazing? So I think we're going to put him back into the big fella. I've got a big, yeah, the big fella here. Which, oh, do I want to? That gives him a plus 20 up to an 85. But only has... only has... Oh, no, wait, it takes him to a 70. Was that glitched out before? Yeah, that plus 20 would have been mad, wouldn't it? I'm going to have to... Like, okay, this is still a decent feature, right? But he definitely doesn't go to an 85, does he? Surely not. If he did, he'd have 80 pace. 80... Yeah, that wouldn't be the greatest 85 rated card, to be fair. I do like that, though. That is pretty neat. I can't lie. Now then, guys, Di Maria. I really enjoyed this card. Apparently he's got 0 goals and 0 assists. I don't know why they don't track the goals and assists in that mode, but they don't. It also only says he's got 8 games, but I'm pretty sure I played 10 or even 12 games of that. But yeah, it is time anyway, guys, to put a few more evolutions in. I've put Sharma, who was one of the first goalkeepers that I started working on just to do one Evo time in. I've got Zinsberger's nearly finished. And Fryer, guys, look at this card by the time he's finished. He'll only be 3-star, 3-star, but he's a striker as well. He's got very good pace, very good dribbling stats, decent shooting and decent physical. And of course, because he's got striker, he can go into as well some of these other really cool Evos that we've got floating around, which is really, really nice. We got the dual threat Evo yesterday. This is for a right mid that we can turn into a more defensive player. I don't really think there's anyone that I care too much about. Now, this is an A-League Brazilian player, but when we look at a 66 rated here, he's got jockey and intercept, and then it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like this is one of those Evos where I'm like, I just don't even know if I'm going to do it. Like the same as the left mid one, that's very similar. The defensive shift. This is also an Evo that I just don't think I'm going to complete. Like, unless I just put it on like an extremely low rated player to get an initial boost on them and then try and fix them from there. I just don't think it'll be necessarily worth it. But for Saved by the Bell, I do think I want to use that Australian... No, sorry, he's from New Zealand, actually, from the A-League. Right back. Just because, why not? Even if he's not a viewer, even if his brother... Oh, he doesn't fit because he's got centre-back. Well, that stinks, doesn't it? That's really quite disappointing, actually. I was going to say, even if he doesn't fit, then I'll have to find some more. But to end with, guys, I'm up to 42,000 coins. I've done a few SBCs. I did a league run through, which was really nice. I've got 4 packs left. None of these are tradable, but hopefully we can get some fodder out of some of these and maybe have the ability to create another to do another SBC for tomorrow. And then, of course, we're going to have to start putting our champs games in. I can't lie, guys. I have no motivation to play champs whatsoever. We've got to walk out. Can we get a Enquiries finally? That's Saliba. Let's go. No, it might be... Oh, let's go. Guys, let's go. We finally packed a massive Arsenal player. Let's go. We don't have Enquiries yet. But that, I know he's only a 40k card, 35k card, but that is still absolutely sensational. And yeah, he's going to go into the team now. There's an Arsenal past and present in there as well. Kirby. He's going to go into the team now for that champs team, and we're going to do that thing again this week, guys. Where I'm going to be grinding champs whilst doing evos, not really caring about the results, not really caring about the returns, and literally just going for a situation where we will just try and, if we can get like 8 or 9 wins, fair enough. It's less about trying to prove that we can get max ranks and more about just enjoying grinding the Evo players up and through and experiencing the changes with them, because I need to shirk this feeling of having to succeed, because this game just isn't built correctly right now. And there was a time last year in FC25 where I should have put more effort in to become better at the game, and it's why I ended up starting the meta RTG, and I just did it a bit too late in the game cycle. If I would have started the meta RTG 1 or 2 months earlier, I think it would have been a really important opportunity to really showcase that I can get up to those top ranks, and it was worth it. It would have been worth it. I just did it a bit too late, you know, and we haven't really hit the top ranks since like FIFA 23. Like, that was probably the last time that I was hitting top ranks in champs and rivals. For FC 24, 25 and 26, I just haven't hit those top ranks. But I've had opportunities, and there's been like value to have done so in 24 and 25. Not for the whole time, but there has been. This year, guys, there's no value, right? And so if EA can change, if EA like make it worthwhile to actually learn how to get better at this game, and when I say top ranks, I don't mean like rank 1 or 2, like necessarily. I just don't think I have it in me these days to do that. But certainly getting sort of like 11 or 12 wins. If this was just worth it, I would try really hard. It's just not. It's just not. I've already seen some champs rewards this week for 11 and 12 wins, and I've genuinely got, I can't remember who it was I was watching. Might have been Haber, might have been Bateson. Can't remember who it was, but they opened somebody's rewards of, I think it was 12 win rewards, and the guy literally got like 2 85s and the rest 83s, all 83s and 82s. Like 3 86s and an 88, all like discard stuff. 284 rated team of the weeks, or maybe 185 rated team of the week and 184 rated team of the week, or whatever it was. And then 2 of the worst possible cards you can get here. And it was like, Jesus, he's come away with like you know, all in all about 100,000 coins for a whole weekend league. And it's just, you know, when I'm here thinking, all right, let me try for 9 wins. These packs, it's like I'm going to come away with about 50,000 coins, 60,000 coins for 9 wins whilst playing with Evos and fun players or whatever. So yeah, I don't really want to force champs as let me prove that I'm the best. I want to use champs as a way to grind Evos, complete objectives, and keep bolstering the coin balance to keep completing Evos furthermore. For today, though, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.